going on, everybody? What is going on? Okay, hold on. Why is... everything's being a little bit funky. Where's my capture card? Deactivate. Reactivate. There it is. There it is. That was weird. My computer, I had set stuff up and then I walked away from my computer and I came back. And so now when I open Windows, it's popping up on the other side. It's all sorts of confused. Apparently the game capture didn't want to pop up, but we're good now. We're good. What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well. We've got obviously more 2K25 on the menu for today. Daily quests, weekly quests, Legend Career. We've got 2 rounds of Master Ranked Weekly to finish up tonight. We've also got the Master Daily, maybe some regular matchmaking. Got a full slate of things. We still got to finish this major moment. We tried to do casual matchmaking yesterday. We played a high roller, pushed to the 3rd round. I hit my approach shot on the 3rd hole below the hole. A little bit longer uphill putt, maybe 15-20 feet uphill. Opponent ran it up to the back. Had a downhill shot out of the fringe, and before it even got out of their character's animation to switch back over to mine, kicked me to the menu, popped up with like a PlayStation error submit screen. Feel like I got hackermansed at a 750 VC, and I submitted it to the devs, and they're passing it over to the team. So hopefully something comes of it. I don't necessarily think we're getting our VC back. I'd have to check numbers from end of stream to see if we did or not. But hopefully it's either a poorly timed bug that they're able to then fix going forward, or they identify the issue and are able to better prevent that sort of thing in the future, as well as reprimanding the player responsible. Oh, that's actually convenient. We have a daily thing for the casual matchmaking, so that's 2 birds, 1 stone. 1 under, better, easy, and 15 shots within 10 feet. All right, pretty easy dailies. Pretty easy dailies. We're gonna have to do more Topgolf, which is fine. We'll get there. But what's going on, RJ? Garrett, welcome back. Johnny, good evening. Hit some of your best shots today in real life? Hit a while in the wind. The wind was blowing 30 plus miles an hour. Whew. That's tough to play in. That is very tough stuff to play in. Someone leaves when you're playing ranked? Shouldn't be an option to leave. Well, I think it's... Is there an option to just straight up quit, or is it that people force close their game, RJ? That's the thing. Because you can't really stop anybody from force quitting their way out. But I do agree. I think there should be... at least if you're up. If they quit and you're all square, I think it should be some sort of... If you quit and you're down, or X number of holes have passed. Yeah, would maybe be the other one. Don't really love the bonuses for this, but if we're gonna warm up, we're gonna warm up with one of the ones that's not gold. Good evening, VC. Welcome back. Dalton, how's it going? Not sure on that. Should be like Valorant. You'd have to explain. I do not Valorant. Hi, Dalton. I've watched a little bit of Valorant, but the I don't know, the competitive strategic shooter, I mean, just shooters in general aren't really my thing. I'm sure if I was better at them, they would be my thing, but I am not good. Alright, that's better. I'm just underswinging, but that is definitely more in line with the shot that we want to be hitting. Thanks for the shout out. I try and say hello to each and every person that says something in the chat. Duke Silver. Get in there. Thank you very much for the follow. Duke Silver. That's Ron Swanson's alter ego, right? Digging into my memory bank. It's been a minute since I've watched Parks and Rec. Good evening, Richard. It is? Okay. I was like 99% sure, but didn't want to be wrong. Pulling all of these shots. I hope you're all doing well. I hate that this isn't like auto mulligan. Like I have to redo this every time. There we go. There we go. So I've been losing way more distance with the miss hits than I thought I was. Now this is gonna be short, right? Overshaped it. Okay. But that's good to know though. That's good to know. What if, I mean, because the 50, if you punch it through, does it have the legs? Just feels like the punch doesn't do too much. Yo, Richard with the 20 stream streak. Get in there. Impressive stuff. High levels of consistency. It's crazy the jump, by the way, from 250 to 800. Like that is a huge difference. Watching any March Madness, I have absolutely zero tie to it. I do end up like looking at scores on occasion just because like I'm always interested to see if there are upsets. I think when I looked, Auburn was getting kind of smoked, but I don't know how that game ultimately panned out. What's going on, old Juggle Sayings? Welcome back. Can't leave a rank match unless they alt F4 the game, then it gives a penalty for leaving. Tells if it was a crash. You don't get in trouble for it. Well, all I know is I did not get my money back. That's all I know, is that when it crashed, we lost the 750 VC. So in my mind, that is still a loss. But that wasn't a ranked match, so I don't know how that works. They would have to have extra logic, though, to make it on something like that. That if it detected a system error. I mean, ultimately, it's not going to break the bank. It sucks because it's 750 VC, and VC is fairly limited, but it's not going to break the bank. And at the end of the day, I just hope that whatever caused it gets resolved. You know, I submitted to the devs and I submitted the bug report when it popped up, so for the crash report. So I've done all I can. I'm actually gonna lay it back with the 3-wood. underswinging these right now. Lose rank points too when people leave? Yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff with that. Oh man, the stutters. So they have the, like, Xbox got a patch today. And I am hoping that the rest of the platforms, so like we were talking about it yesterday, they are going to be shutting down the servers for maintenance tomorrow morning. I think at like 8 a.m. Eastern, they said. Supposed to be down from like 8 to 10 a.m. My guess was that they were going to maybe also drop a patch at the same time. Because you're kicking everybody off the servers, a patch would then go out. Everybody would be off, so everybody would have to reinstall, you know, would have to update to get back on. And you get everybody on the same version, and, you know, if the server had any dependency on the updates, you'd be good to go. Now, what ended up happening is Xbox got a patch earlier today, and my guess is that that patch went out earlier than it should have. So I don't know if people have fully discovered what exactly was in that patch, but I'm assuming we're going to get a patch come tomorrow, but we'll see what all comes from it. Oh, PC got the update then? Hey, get in there, BizQuick. Welcome back for 3 streams in a row. Need to change in ranked as the playoff hole. Should be a sudden death, best score wins. Not closest to the hole. I mean, it is sudden death, but if it's a tie, they don't push it, right? Didn't see anything for PC. Would show in Steam history. You never got an update, Gary? Yeah, I have it on PlayStation. I haven't gotten anything on PlayStation yet. I don't know. I didn't get an update for the first look on PC, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh, come on, man. That was so good. The way that I played the kick off the hill from right to left, I thought it was going to then roll left to right back into the hole. Oh, man. Thought I did a small update. No, the update that went out on Xbox was like a full game reinstall. Which doesn't mean it's a big update necessarily. It just might mean... The thing that I have to try and explain to people is, like, just because it's a large update doesn't mean it is a large update, if that makes sense. Like, it could just be the way that the files are packaged together. And so if it's something that is, you know, how dependencies are structured and everything, you may have to package, like, the whole game. So... But apparently it's like a 26 gig update, so substantial. Substantial for sure. Still gonna be low. Proton experimental update, not for the actual game. Yeah, but I'm assuming we will get something overnight, if not just tomorrow morning when they take the servers down for maintenance. What is Proton though? I don't know that I'm familiar with that. I know that sometimes Steam will have the, like, Steamworks, like, downloadable stuff, but... There we go. I just gotta slow my swing down. Just gotta slow my swing down. I've been swinging a little bit too quick, which is leaving me with some really short swings. Software that allows for Linux gaming for Windows. Okay. Okay, so it's to allow like playing Windows games on Linux? Because I suppose it wouldn't really make sense the other way around, because nobody develops games for Linux first. Although Linux is easier to develop for than Mac. Because of like Xcode dependencies and stuff. There we go, just slow the swing down. Slow the swing down and profit. Slow the swing down and profit, that's all you gotta do. As soon as I get fast, I start hitting these like 98% swings. Oh, so I was doing some testing last night after stream. I should have been going to bed, but I ended up doing some testing after I did some shorts editing. In case you were curious, when you hit your driver, right, obviously we already know at this point, missing your swing plane, missing your contact, that all loses distance. Now I haven't tested with irons if close gains distance or not, or like affects rollouts, whatever. I haven't tested that. I was testing the driver. So your normal swing path, contact, misses, all of them shorten the distance of your drive. And apparently talking about that gets you subs. Hold on. I must thank. Amaze everybody. Well, you're amazing me with the support. Thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Appreciate it. So the contact swing path, that misses, right? When you overpower, you gain extra distance. Crazy concept. But what I was testing is with perfect everything else and missing your rhythm quickly, because that says plus, you know, whatever, add percentage power. At least on the driver, I haven't tested it on irons yet, you lose distance. So even though it says plus, yeah, and I was trying to see like, can I plus, you know, 7% power by like flicking my rhythm down? No, I think on irons, I don't know if it's all clubs. I think on irons it does add distance. On putts, I can confirm that it adds distance, even at max power. But driver, you cannot gain extra distance. So you can't like, you couldn't hit a 108 swing, right? You couldn't hit a 108 swing and then also up your rhythm. That missed low. Dang, I really thought I played it enough. So you couldn't effectively like put like 115% power over smacked your rhythm. Linux kernel can digest because Windows software has a lot of funky things. Yeah, because you have all the, yeah, it probably is processing like DLLs and all of those sorts of things too. It's kind of like Wine, but for Linux. Good evening, Alexander. Heading over to YouTube for the nightly like. I appreciate it, Richard. It helps. It really does. So I appreciate anybody taking the time to like the streams, because that's the only way that YouTube is gonna know anything about people liking it. Striped it. That couldn't have been a worse place to hit it though. The rough was so soft. The rough was so soft. Oh man. That's low. Thought I was gonna roll out a little bit more, but it died too much into that upslope. Does it even help though? You don't stay and watch on YouTube? I think YouTube uses, just a combination of metrics on videos in order to decide. Whoa, why did I felt like I finished that swing way to the left? I must have had a weird grip on it. YouTube uses a bunch of combinations with their algorithm. Kelly Ryan, thank you for the YouTube sub. Is that like live with Ryan and Kelly? Kelly Ryan? No. But yeah, they use a combination of metrics, I think, to determine like how they're going to distribute the content, right? I think it's the same as with regular videos. Interactions with the stream, right? Likes, probably subs that happen during a stream or on a video page, comments, in this case, chat messages. I think all of those things play a role. And then obviously, watch time percentages. Or not necessarily percentages, but just the fact that, if people watch for an extended period of time, because they're probably correlating all of that data, right, and trying to find similar users, like, oh, this user watched for a long time and they watch X, Y, and Z type of video. Well, so does this other user, so maybe they like, the same thing. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to feed content out to other people that they think will consume it, so that they can, keep people on their platform and keep them watching ads, and that's the whole cycle. Hey, what's going on, Jim? Welcome back. You've hit a plus 7.8 rhythm driver stinger tee shot, 102%. I can almost guarantee you. Now I haven't tested it, Jungle. I can almost guarantee you that if it went extra distance, it would have been from the 102, but the plus 7.8% should have knocked the distance down. I have a test range, so I can do some testing with that. I don't think I need to see the clip, because the clip probably has other variables at play, but I do appreciate it. Come on, big bounce. It's gonna kick right though. Dang. How's it going, Oliver? What's in the new patch? So we don't know that yet, because the new patch has only hit Xbox. I've heard people on Xbox state that they say the performance is better on menus and stuff, but outside of that I don't really know. I think that the patch went live on Xbox earlier than it was supposed to, and I think that we're gonna get it for the rest of the platforms tomorrow morning when the server maintenance happens. Wow, that's still that short. I mean, it can't help, but I also don't think I was that short because of my contact and swing path miss. I don't, Alexander. I do not know what it is. I'm hoping that they fix some of the stuff that was broken in the last one. So the last patch was supposed to fix screen tearing, which I know is affecting people playing in 4K. I'm playing on 1080p monitors, so I wasn't having any of that. I have been, since that update, getting stutters. So that hasn't been too fun. I'm hoping that gets resolved. I think there's also still been some there's some pin issues between rounds in societies, and I've also had it happening on my career mode. Well, that's a great line. Come on. One day we'll get an albatross. You're on Xbox and your game freezes ever so slightly sometimes, Oliver? Was that not happening prior to this patch? Oh, get in there. What a read. What a read. Alright, we're 8 under through 11. We gotta get 11 to tie Tommy, 12 to pass. 4 under in the last 6 holes or so. I think we can... I think there's a chance. Yeah, so I'm hoping for fixes to those things. But, you know, the verdict is still out. And I haven't heard anything... Yeah, there hasn't been anything official. I think because we don't have it on all of the platforms right now is why we don't have anything official quite yet. So my assumption is that patch is going to come tomorrow morning with server maintenance, and then sometime around there we'll get some info. PC, you get stutters in some holes and the menus are super slow and dodgy. Yeah, the stutters have been a thing for me since the screen tearing fix. You know, I assume it's like maybe they fixed the screen tearing and then probably didn't have enough testing around the other stuff, and yeah, they're continuing to work those things out. So we shall see. I'm assuming that if... I don't remember in 2K21 or 23 having any sort of downtime like this, where it was like, we're gonna take the servers fully offline. So I'm a little bit hopeful. I'm a little bit hopeful that, like, that means that it's a big patch. Or, like, big change, rather. When I say big patch, I mean big change. That they would need to basically kick everybody off. Or maybe it is for, like, maybe the server part of things is for true server maintenance, because I know there have been some disconnect issues that people have been having with ranked. And presumably other game modes, but ranked would be a big one. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this pin. Push, open, underswing, cool. Yeah, I just missed every point on that. The smart play is probably try and get it pin high out in the middle of the green. I can't say that I went for the smart play. That's, oh man. I had to chip that like several yards short of there. But we might end up taking a bogey here if we can't get this read off the start of the putt correct. Get in there, center cup. All right. I mean, if I just see a string of threes on the scorecard, I'll take that as a good thing. Par threes can always be... They tend to be challenging just because the game is forcing you a lot of times. Like there, it's like forcing you to hit a 4-iron. Yeah, maybe probably was forcing us to hit a 5-iron or a soft 4 to the middle, but either way, a lot longer than a lot of the approach shots that you're normally going to take. Oh, I squared that one up nicely. Beautiful. Beautiful. We are 12 of 15 on landing shots inside the range they want. I can't drive that. We're gonna lay it back. We're gonna lay it back. This is what, TPC New Orleans? This is where, back in my day, this is where Q School used to be. Before they put it on, Sawgrass. 58. Give it just a touch of loft. It's kind of slightly above the feet. Just the babiest of fades. Oh, I could have just hit that stock. I think the one thing that I fail to factor is I always tell myself it's 100% lie. But that is absolutely not the case. I thought that was going to turn way more at our feet. When I went down low there, it looked like there was a bump. I remember 2K21 Q School. First golf game in decades, right? I hadn't played since Tiger Woods as a kid. The number of times that I would put the ball in the water, I think on this hole and like one of the other ones, I couldn't keep it dry. Could not. And it was a struggle because I also thought, you know what, I'm gonna put it to 4 rounds for qualifying, for Corn Ferry qualifying. Yeah, that'll be good. Play it like a full golf tournament. I was shooting so poorly. It was very quickly that we changed to 2 rounds and then to 1 round. It's like, okay, I just need to play well once. Did not get that to the right enough. Oh, it's too short. One thing that I need to do still is kind of get an understanding of how my clubs are on bounce and roll out. Like learn what give myself like a baseline number and say, okay, this is what it is on like firm fast. Just that way I have a reference point going forward. I gotta overcook this. It's a little bit above the feet. This is fine. We just need to overpower it. 102. I did mess up the rhythm though, so it probably ended up being about net 100. I'll just imagine the extra percentage. What's going on, Ivan? Salty, welcome back. Random scroller here with a friendly hydration reminder. All right, good call. Refuel with BB-8. Your Xbox gets blurry, it's having a hard time rendering. What do you do? Is it like in a menu, or is it on a particular course? I would say probably want to restart. If it's a particular course, probably don't play that one. Outside of that though, oh come on, man. Didn't hit it firm enough. Can't put it that close and not come away with the eagle. If we lose, okay, I was gonna say if we lose because we missed that putt, I'm gonna be big sad. Yo, what's going on, Swift? 2K23 had an option to show the rollout for each club. You can't find it in this game. I don't think they have it in this game, Gary. I also don't think it was super accurate, to be honest. But I also never really played with it, so I think there were some cases where it was fine, but other cases where it didn't truly match. Did we reach tier 6? I don't think so. I think we are like just short on the Adidas sponsorship. I think we are just shy. I'm gonna have to look and see how close we got. We got a wedge. Is that gonna be a Clubhouse Pass wedge? I think so. Has to be. Has to be. Pretty sick water container, Jungle. Yeah, my wife got it for me a couple years ago. She went to Disney and brought it back. I don't think I like the way that those wedges look. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I don't think I care for the bronze. Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Incredible? Welcome back. Close to the gold clubs? No. Not even close, because we only play like one career mode tournament or so a day. So we are, I've only gotten through the legends. We also had the career mode bug where all of the career mode, I think we only had 4. I think we only had 4 of the quests that were there. So I had like played up through like the players and then had to restart it. Yeah, what's going on, B-Dan? How have you been, dude? You got the blue wedges you like better? Yeah, right now I have the, I think they're Callaways from the 80, or from like getting the 90 sculptor. Ooh, big whoop. 900 XP for my maxed out character. Nice. First half of the build your brand. So, I mean, we're a little bit into it. Let's see here. So we've got to get the 5 tier 9s, which that's going to take forever. Mostly because I've been getting them to tier 5 and then, or like tier 6 and then stopping. I'll probably have to focus some of them up just so I can get it done. But what, we need 60 or 18. I have Outdrive and Outshine because that's the rival one, and the Rise of Stardom. Those are very easy. The Victory Pursuit is the one that's going to take forever, but that's going to be needing to like sim out the rest once we get to it. I want to play like a full season and then I can deal with the rest of it. So, I mean, we're slowly working our way through. You're a Twitch watcher at heart, but the YouTube streams are quite nice, Fly Guy. Hey man, here's the thing. As much as I would like love the Twitch to just fully pop, you know, and the YouTube be like a supplement thing to it, I think the fact that people are watching regardless of platform has kept me in a very positive spirit. You know, the YouTube streams are there for a reason. You know, if you like watching over there, I see the chats for all of them. You know, I'm gonna try my best to read all of the messages from all the streams. You know, and YouTube, I am pushing a higher quality stream because I can. Twitch is limited to 6500 bitrate. I'm running 10K on YouTube, so even though it's 1080p, it's 10K bitrate, and I can use an encoder that puts out better quality per bitrate. So I'm probably getting about twice as good quality on the YouTube streams. Watch on Twitch instead of Justin TV. Yeah, I missed the Justin TV years by a few. I started watching in 2015 Mr. Incredible, and then I started streaming in 2016. So I was back in like I was watching like the early Hearthstone days of Twitch, but I have not I was not around for the Justin TV. Yeah, the rewind capability for sure. Another Colby? This is back-to-back days. Although you're an IE Colby. Evo swing on career mode. Go into your settings. So go to your pause menu and go to your difficulty settings. Anything that you put in here is what you play as your career mode difficulty. So if you want the Evo swing stuff, take it off of perfect swing, turn on the swing bias, turn on the swing context, input offset, put on the rhythm preference, and you'll have the full suite of Evo swing stuff turned on. And then you can modify everything as you like. If you're just trying to practice for, say, pro, because that's what you want to play in ranked, put the swing difficulty, put the gameplay difficulty preset to pro, and it'll turn on all of those things. If you want to take it above, like we're playing a modified master where I play with legend swing, and then I turn off the I turn the aim marker back, and I think there's one other thing that I turned down. Sky camera on. Course yardage. There it is. Chris, thank you for the YouTube sub. Greatly appreciate it. Follow on Twitch and lurk? Well, I appreciate that too, Colby. Lurkers are the backbone, not just Twitch. I mean, Twitch is what I came up on largely, but lurkers are the backbone of any stream. I mean, imagine if you had a room of, say you were streaming, you go to those big streams. It feels like 10,000 people are talking, but imagine if 10,000 people were actually talking. I mean, even imagine a smaller big stream, 75, 100 people, and everybody was talking. That'd be nuts. I haven't been playing with vibration off, but I did one round of the legend. And actually, I've done a couple episodes of the career mode. We're doing a YouTube playthrough for anybody that hasn't watched and is interested or hasn't heard about it. Doing a career mode playthrough for YouTube that's separate from this one is Legend True Sim, so it is like 1.75 difficulty or something like that. It's like or 1.74. It's like 2 settings off of the max difficulty. So I've been playing with no vibration there. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, because on the partial swings, you kind of learn where like 100%, 95, 90, etc. is, and then the putting is like, it's pretty close to the same timing for all of them. You have to go a little bit longer on some of the long swings, but the weight is pretty forgiving. Oh yeah, you did drop a comment on there. Yeah, that was a good call. I've been trying to do that just to test myself a little bit more and make sure that I'm not peeking at it, even though I'm trying not to, Okay, so we'll put Bridgestone back on to get it back up to 5. The question is, are there any of these that I want to take to 9 because of like the clubs or clothes that they offer? Get black Vokeys. I don't think I think maybe ones that have like apparel at the top are ones that we would take to 9. Just to give ourselves some extra. Nike's just going to be such a lot. Maybe Nike's one that we put on the side, because it only has the singular thing to grind up. Callaway driver they give is nice and loud. Oh, is it? I'm using the Titleist driver. I just don't know. I don't remember where I got the Titleist driver. It's like the GT4 or something. Paradigms AI Smoke Triple Diamond? What makes it Triple Diamond? I've heard of the AI Smoke, but what the heck is Triple Diamond? So yeah, we're gonna keep cranking through this stuff. I guess we do have to get a bunch of these up to tier 9, which is gonna be quite a pain. But it'll be good to get that done. Then we get the gold clubs, because then we can rotate the gold clubs in and out and at least have a legend, or not legend. I keep wanting to call them legend edition, limited edition clubs. It's their lowest spinning head. Okay. 5 of them, Grimnar. Yeah. We gotta do 5 of them, and definitely gotta do the ones that you can do all 3. 100%. So TaylorMade, golf club, and 2K, and then it's probably gonna be grind out the 2s. As much as I would want to take something like Adidas to tier, take any of the clothing ones to tier 9, those are gonna have to wait. Like, I will get those at some point. That's transition. I don't need it. It's almost at tier 6. Yeah, what's going on, Seabass? Welcome back. Okay, so let's just set it up now so that we don't forget. Men back? I assume so. Yeah, right now we're doing Titleist on a double slot. I'm just looking to see what the rewards... I mean, we're going to do all 3 of them, so I don't think sequencing really matters here. OG. Okay. Yeah, you get the 2 to 3x XP for it. And we've got Titleist up to 5 already. As much as maybe the Titleist hat would be... We'll get back to them eventually. Let's triple up now that we got the first ones to 5. So we'll do 2K, then the golf club, and then we'll go to the other one. Go tick off all the other brands. Hey, good evening, Zayden. Chris, welcome back. Overall impression of the game so far? I've been very much so enjoying it. It's different. Yeah, they need some small patches to get some of the stutters and stuff out, and like clean up some of the speed on the menus, but overall it looks and plays very well. I think personally, I've been having a ton of fun with it. I know that there are some mixed opinions, but I've been having a grand old time. Mad Golfer, we don't know. There's server maintenance tomorrow morning, and Xbox got a patch. I can only assume that the patch that went out was accidental. I don't think it was supposed to go out yet, so we haven't gotten anything official on it, and I haven't heard from the Xbox players anything that they've deduced. So we're still waiting. Niha? I'm probably butchering your name, Neon. I apologize. But yeah, I'm on PS5. I've been enjoying it. I think it's very good. It's different. It's not the same input mechanics by any stretch of the imagination, but there's a lot of small quality of life updates. I think the way that they made some of the new surfaces, like, I think the game just looks nicer. It's just that enough more immersive when I'm playing it. I don't look at it and go, oh man, these graphics. Sure, could they be a little bit better? Absolutely, but I think they took a nice jump. I like the way that a lot of the rough and sand and all of those things interact. Like, I've been having a good time with it for sure. And you can actually play on Legend. They did it in a way where the forgivenesses are pretty much the same, but the penalties get more punishing as you go up difficulty, as opposed to just shrinking the absolute crap out of your perfect zone. They left the sweet spots pretty much the same, but if you miss it, good luck. What are the rules when your feet are below or above the ball again? If the ball is above your feet, you need to As a right-handed golfer, aim to the right. As a left-handed golfer, aim to the left, and vice versa if it's below your feet. So below your feet is going to go away from you. Above your feet is going to draw towards you. And you have to make that compensation. Getting buffering for the stream, Grams? I'm not seeing any drops. Everything looks clean on my end. If you're having any issues, you can try dropping the quality. Just Neon is fine? Yeah, we've been playing on Legend Swing. I appreciate that, Seabass. I appreciate that. Alright. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break here. Gotta run the Twitch ads and all that. I hate it, but we gotta do it. But we make sure to take a break here so nobody misses anything. So go stretch, go grab a snack, go refill your drink, do what you gotta do. We'll be back in 3 minutes. We got plenty of golf left tonight. So thank you all for hanging out. I greatly appreciate you. Rafka, I cannot do that. No. I ain't got that much money. What you talking about? All right, BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. Those are some tall stacks. Some tall stacks going. All right, we're back. Garfield, what's going on? Neon, thank you for the sub. Baffled, welcome back. You have 2 other streams open and no issue, Grams. Yeah, that is weird, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything on my end. We're gonna play around a Divot Derby because I gotta do casual matchmaking and we need wins for Divot Derby for one of the quests, so we may as well try it even though I don't have it as one of my daily quests. I'll try and try and snag a dub and at least get the 2 casual matchmaking quests I have done all at the same go. And then we've got some 2K ranked tour stuff to do. We've got to play 2 rounds. Oh gosh. Divot Derby at top of the rock. This is chaos that I'm not prepared for. There's so much elevation change, and if they throw wind in here as well. Uh-oh. 178 down 30. Oh, that's still gonna miss low. Still gonna leave us a chance to be in quick. Top of the rock is not a... That's not the simplest of courses to be doing Divot Derby on. Like, that was 178 downhill, 10 yards with wind at the back. If you took the stock 180 club that they give you, you would have flown the green by about 20 yards and been left wondering what happened. There are not many real people in this lobby, though. There's like 4 or 5 of us, and one of them got left out. 24 yards off. I gotta be playing this partial back to like the 70. Okay, maybe not the 70s because it's a wedge. But you see everybody else flying the green. Bam. Why can't I make the long putts when we're playing things that actually matter? Why is it that I have to sink them on Divot Derby of all places? Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Well, it's just the 2 of us left, so it's me against this Brian fella. It's tough because you want to take the shot quick. I did my math backwards. So this is the problem with the speed of it. I did my math backwards, and so I left myself well above the hole. Oh wow, I really underswung that. I say should still be fine. But they're making me do elevation math so fast. They're making me do elevation math so fast. I think it was downhill and I added it, and so I went up an extra club and completely sailed it. Okay, come on. Quick maths, Colby. Quick maths. 97, 184. I think we're still gonna take this club because of the wind. It's all about speed. It's all about speed. How slow are these greens, though? It feels like these greens are mega slow because I have to hit with so much power in order to get the ball rolling a small distance. I feel like, I don't know. On the one hand, you probably want it to be a real person at the end, but it might be, I don't know, because it would be embarrassing to lose to a bot. This is playing effectively 123. Come on, we're on the ground first. Yeah, it's gonna be, depending on what hole this ends on, it's It's gonna be a tough race. I just think it's funny though, cause like, well, you know what? It's probably underpopulated because only PlayStation and PC can play together right now. Anybody that plays on Xbox is updated to a new version, and so then there's a version mismatch, and thereby can't play together. This is playing like 106. I underswung that way too much. I was trying to be quick with it. It's gonna spin back. Trying to play closer to the stock and have it spin back towards the hole. I feel like, oh geez, I feel like you have to blast it. But you know what? I don't think I need to add any power on this difficulty. Or not difficulty, this green speed. Adding power is just gonna move me way too far past the hole. So it's Brian and I, and I'm waiting for my slip up or him to take it from me. We've been rocking top spot. I'm gonna overpower this. Oh, I left that open. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Colby. That's not good. I might just be out now. Well, that's what happens when you have to hit diagonal swings for so long. Eventually you just slip up. Slip up and hit it in the water. Oh man. Does online give you more XP faster than my career? Never before seen. Left baffled. You are officially the first member on YouTube. Epic. Epic. First ever. Welcome. Welcome. It's not quite the same as Twitch, but enjoy your faces. Thank you very, very much. I guess YouTube does have, I put some emotes on there. It's not quite the same. But to answer questions, can you buy skill points? No. Skill points come from leveling up your character. AP also comes from leveling up your character. And owned AP is when you respec your character. Any AP that you have paid to apply already gets refunded to you to that pool. So then you can reapply those for free when you respec. They have the St. Patrick's Day quest. I really just thought it was like a one-day. Really thought it was a one-day thing. Online give you more XP faster than my career? No. No, because online you're capped to the XP for the difficulty that you're playing, so you can technically go beyond like the pro and master settings in your career mode. Max out your level and then play online? I don't think you have to max it out, but you probably want to have at least like an 85 character, I think, before you really try and dive into rank, because otherwise you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage, you know? I think like 85 to 99, you still get some benefits, but I feel like in that first that first bit, 85 to 85 to 90 or so, you can get a good bit of stats in and kind of solidify your forgivenesses a bit and a little bit of power. Also, as Obi-Wan is saying, be good at putting. If you're good at putting, you just have to be decent elsewhere. Show my attribute screen, Rambo? Sure. So this is what we've got right now. I do need to respec at some point. I think I'm gonna take it down to 79 power, 77 contact. I'm debating if I need to put more into putt weight and rhythm and drop the putt contact and putt path a little bit. And then I need to do some testing at 99 shaping and like get some numbers. And then as I'm respecking things, I think take my shaping up to like 85, 90 and like test there and compare. And then I can see if I want to put the last couple of points over into recovery or just max out shaping. But that's about where I'm at right now. Yeah, what's going on, Casey? How we doing? How's the DJing been? Did you hit affiliate then? Start a new character and career playing on max difficulty? Yes. So our character for that is here. Drew Sims. He is a level 33 magician, 72 overall. So the only thing that I did with that character when I created him is I moved my, and I don't know if I needed to do this, but for my own sanity, I moved the correction up to match what my sculptor is. So that's where the only levels came, was me putting him up to a 70 correction. From there, I have a system in place that's performance based on when I'm allowed to upgrade points. Use too much time in the pre-tournament and training because you want this the best score before the main event, but sometimes it's hard. So I do. It doesn't matter now. I use the training as a warm-up thing just to get a few swings in before I get into the actual round. I don't play the pre-tournament unless it's a special one, like a par 3 or something like that, or a sponsor event. Always do the sponsor events because the sponsor XP is hard to come by, so anything that you can get. But the training stuff is nice early on if you just want the extra XP boost that comes with it. You know, getting the like 15% XP boost or whatever is pretty nice. What power contact am I going to? That's as high as I can get it, and then so I'm gonna end up with 77 contact and 73. I think 77 contact, 73 on the swing path, and then I'm putting 3 on my irons and wedges. I'm putting 3 swing path fittings and 2 contact fittings, so I'll be at 81 a piece, I think. Why did I pick Sculptor as a main? I liked the balance of stats. I have to mess with the Technician still. But my problem with the Technician was it didn't have as much power as I thought I wanted. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe it's fine as is, but I wanted a little bit more power. And I just liked the stat breakdown a little bit more on Sculptor versus Magician. I like the shaping stat. I think shaping is really nice. It gives me the flexibility to, as a draw player, play a bit of a fade if I need to. You know, manipulate some distances with loft and stuff for slightly less penalty. So all of that stuff to me was quite enticing. But like I said, I haven't messed with Technician enough to know which is truly better. Technician you might be able to get away with I will probably make a technician build just so I have one if I decide to go with it. Back-to-back quads. Look at Guy go. Roll back down, please. I use left stick. It's because it's 127 greens. It is 100% because it's 127 greens that this just stays up here. Pretty good putt. It's gonna drop low even though I really thought I added enough. Wow. It's a tough hole location for an eagle though. Use left as well. It's just that's what the old Tiger games and stuff were. That's, you know, and yes, I'm a righty, but the way that I look at it is like all of your control and everything on like RPGs and stuff is using left stick. So, you know, and it's like playing guitar. You play the frets with your left hand. Like I have an odd dexterity built up over time for my left hand that my right hand somehow doesn't have, which is not what you would think, but it's just kind of how it all breaks down. You're so in between clubs. You're so in between clubs. Because there's no way this gets 7 up the hill. Go 9 iron, choke it, and then playing short of the hole. Choke it and play it just short of the hole. Not choke it and play it close to the same, but a little bit further. I actually think I have to leave this in the draw so that no, I think we'll be able to get around the tree. Didn't draw back towards the hole the way that I had hoped, but distance control, like that would have been just a simple uphill putt towards the hole, but unfortunately no, wait, look at that snap right at the end. I think the open must be the power there. Dang, man. Video quality settings we're at for streaming. Guessing it's an OBS thing. Yeah, so if you go into File and go to your settings. My stuff's opening on the wrong window because it's being weird today. But if you go to your settings and go down to Video, take a look at your base canvas resolution and your output scaled resolution. Basically, the way it works is your canvas resolution is what your let me see what your canvas resolution is, like how it interprets all of the programs and stuff that you're running. That's probably at a normal resolution, but if you have your output resolution to something lower, you were streaming at like 640p, so you're probably running at whatever x, you know, by 640. That's gonna be the place where you set that, and then your frame rate is there as well. You want to go at least I would say 720 60. If you can handle 1080p 60, that's great. The only thing that you need to make sure of though when you're streaming up at like 1080 is when you go live, you want to make sure that you have quality options, because if you don't have quality options, that means that people can only watch your stream if they can handle 1080. If they can't handle 1080 with their internet, they're not going to be able to watch it because it's going to buffer. So you want to make sure that you're, just when you start your stream, open a copy of your stream and check that there are other quality options there, because that means that Twitch has picked up encoding for you. Otherwise, 720/60 is a safer bet. It's just nice to have lower options in case, people have weaker internet. Oh, this 5 iron, I feel like feel like it's gonna come up a little bit short. I'm choking this 4-iron down. Just because this uphill and the way the wind is playing in, I felt like 5 was gonna go too deep. That's just a really tough pin. That's just a really tough pin here to try and make birdie with. Because especially if we hit that somewhere out here. And we're still, I cannot make a putt. Cannot make a putt. They're all so close. They're all so close. Yeah, so I have a 4-iron and a 3 hybrid. So I've got driver, 3 wood, 3 hybrid, 4-iron. I need to test out the difference between the 3 hybrid and the 2-iron and see if I want to make any adjustments there. He likes it. Is it good, though? Decent. These are tough pins, especially with these wins and stuff. These are tough pins to get at. These are very tough pins to get at. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the right. There we go. That's the adjustment. That's you, Obi-Wan. Yeah, I'm a terrible putter, man. My approach game, very good. Actually, hold on. Downhill with, wait, I think it'll be fine. You could sting it, but I don't want to risk. Don't want to risk running the stinger through. This hole, even with friendlier wind, has never been a green in 2, so the forced layup is kind of whatever at this point. Still use Tiger Vision sometimes? Oh, what, the putt preview? I think the putt preview is a good tool to help with learning, but is something that I think should be, you know, if you're really trying to up your game, should be dropped outside of like for training. So like if you want to run around, you know, casual round and like try and use it for training the eye, like take your guess, then make the read, and instead of just like blindly adjusting and saying, oh, I missed it low, try and like break down your putt and kind of compare the mental image that you had to what is happening and say, oh, that broke more here or broke less here. Like try and make those mental notes and iterate. That's how I view it, at least. 119, but man, this is gonna play like a freaking pitching wedge. Downhill lie though. I'm gonna play pitching wedge, a little bit of loft, and just freaking, I left the face open. It was still long, but that doesn't mean anything. It may have been fine. Oh, what's going on, CJ? Welcome back. Hey, almost dunked it. Almost dunked that one. Yeah, I cannot seem to get anything going in this round. Ooh. Double crossed myself. That's gonna come out way short. Which is not great because I'm trying to play out to the corner of this dog leg. Oh boy. Glad it's not on ranked. I mean, it was last game, right? Because last game had had putt previews on Pro. I think they heard the feedback and listened. Like EA PGA Tour, it didn't really do it for me. Didn't really do it for me, to be honest. That's a beautiful strike. Missed the tree, and it's not going to be right enough. Love that. Love that. Oh, boy. Oh, that came out well left. Played it a little long, too. This round is just not going well for us, huh? Missed it low, huh? That's why wouldn't we? Oh man, I'm like, what? We've got to be one under through 6. You didn't play the last game, just know this. Okay, got you. Yeah, so last game, I believe that the pro settings had. I think we're just gonna go because we want as little flight on this as possible. I definitely lost power because I think I clipped a tree. A tree. Any higher levels in the Sapphire? No. I believe there are plans in future seasons to add more. But as it stands with this, there is not anything higher than the Sapphire on this season. Big fade. I still played it deep. And I just gave way too much respect. Gave way too much respect for the wind. Finally got one high enough, and I gave it too much pace. My goodness. My goodness. Shot types and graphics on PC in Augusta National, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and they took pretty well the playbook for the shot types. Not quite the same graphics, but like, you know, EA is able to have higher graphics, probably because of their engine, but more so because of having a limited course set. Right, you have that reduced course catalog, and so you're able to put more into each one of those. $2K's, you know, a huge selling point for me with these 2K games is the course designer, not because I design courses, but because of what it provides in terms of replayability. And then yeah, like obviously Augusta, always super cool to play. Finally make another birdie. Always super cool to play, but in the long run of the game cycle, you know, I don't need to have it all the time. I'll absolutely take other creations that designers come up with. Game says unlocks in Season 2, not sure if that's accurate. Well, I know that in the dev diaries they were talking about, you know, future seasons having them pushing the limit further. So I assume that's going to be the case. a little bit shorter. It's almost like I have to hit these a little bit firmer, even though they're... Maybe it's because they're the green speed. One thing that I haven't learned in this game, like theoretically, the slower green speeds should break less, I guess, until the end. Oh, I pushed it. But I haven't played like the same course and like tried to put the ball at the same spot and all those sorts of things. Do we try the knockdown here? I say do we try the knockdown here because of the lie. Or not because of the lie, but because of the tree. But I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather just play a fade around these branches. Because the forgiveness window is just so much more. Just so much more. Golden clubs across all your characters? Get in there. Very nice. Yeah, that'll definitely save you. That'll definitely save you some hassle. I'm gonna play like a slightly partial 7-iron fade here. I just came in front of the wind there a little bit more. I mean, look at that distance control. Hey, what's going on, Jet? How we doing? Ooh. Ring around the cup and in. That's what we need. Be a patch soon to address the choppy video and possibly the lack of visibility of the green lines when it's... So I don't know anything about what is going to be patched. All we know right now is that Xbox had a patch today and they're doing server maintenance tomorrow morning. So my best bet, since we haven't gotten the patch on PlayStation or PC yet, is the patch was intended to come out tomorrow morning in accompaniment with the server. Oh, that is long. Okay, lay it up. Lay it up, lay it up, lay it up. So my assumption is that the Xbox patch came early. We should have a patch tomorrow, but we don't know the contents of it. Those are all known bugs, I believe, to the developers, but as far as, you know, their timelines and all of that sort of thing, that is kind of the unknown territory, right? That's pretty decent. That'll bounce and have some spin. It's actually not a lot of spin, I assume, because diagonal wind. Hopefully nerf keyboard and mouse, Rennie? What are they gonna nerf? I'm genuinely curious. Welcome back to Twitch, Fly Guy. Keyboard and mouse is harder than controller. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. I think keyboard and mouse has more tools at their at their disposal. In order to make like the swing easier. They've got you can use the screen as reference points for how to swing, right? As in, you can use the ball and the wind meter, or you can literally just, as I've heard some people say, you can just swing over the swing meter. At least if the swing meter is on. You know, if the swing meter's off, then that goes away. Friends new to these games. He hits minus 18 and minus 20 on Pro and Masters, constantly top 10, top 5 in all tourneys. Never missed the contact. Yeah, like, so is he drawing over this? Is he just drawing from point to point? Because that's a pretty surefire way. Hope I'm putting well tonight, Duck. We're starting to drop him in closer. I don't think the putting has quite gotten there, but we're putting him in a little bit closer. On the back nine here, that is. Left the face open, but also aimed that way too far out to the left. I gotta be careful when I'm shaping the shots like that. I do not want to be doing. Can't be putting it in the tree off the tee box, because I've done that before. If you're on Pro, you can literally just use the site. Well, for putts. But online, that's not going to do anything for you unless you're a company, or accounting for how much distance you're going to lose and how much angle you have to play with. Oh, on Pro-Am? Yeah, on Pro-Am, easy hacks. I feel like that's something, though, that they should be able to detect. Okay, I tried to go for this yesterday, ended up in a world of hurt. So we're just going to play smart fade here, into the fairway. Yeah, on Pro-Am, you're not playing a ton of people on Pro-Am. I mean, I guess, the fact of the matter is you can play something like high rollers. Go a little long, get a little spinny with it. I don't know how much spin that puts though, because it's such a checked shot. Like, this is low, bounce, and then yeah, bites. So I think the partial swing doesn't spin back much. Yeah, the high roller on Pro-Am feels like, because I feel like you shouldn't even, like, it's under casual matchmaking, but I feel like it shouldn't be. Like, what's casual about high stakes match play? Alright, this is playing like 208, probably playing like 220 or something. I probably could have gone at this from a different approach and tried to like fade it in, but I think that wind played more. I think that wind played more than I'm expecting it to. I mean, clearly it is, but gotta figure out how to account for that better. Don't keep turning. That's gonna hang out there. Not a bad putt. Not a bad putt. It's just been an odd round. I just couldn't get things quite going here. Mostly the putts. Mostly the putts. We've only really scored when our proximity has been great, which we've been hitting a lot of really nice shots. But I think we have a few missed mediums. Let's see here. Playing 162, say 163, 171. I'll play the 8-iron. 5 yards short with the 8. 7. Little bit of an over adjustment, I see. Okay. Okay. Little looper around there. We take those. We take those. 5 iron is too long. 6 iron too short. I'll take just a touch off of this. Okay, just a touch off of this. Uphill, but I think somewhere in here is gonna be okay. Still not even right enough. Maybe could have even played 100% swing there. No shot. Oh, come on. Just imagine being a good putter. Just imagine being a good putter. What we could do. The places we could go in this game. Naturally, I get annoyed at my putting and I block the tee shot. I kind of have to take like a full 2 clubs more here and just try and play for center green. Are you serious, dude? What? Then I get low rolled. I can't get a 9 iron out of that? I mean, I get it with some of them, but... Come on now. Come on now. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I mean, that round played a lot harder just across the board. Lindsay is Lindsay. Peanut's a great player, but looking at the fact that the other players up there are 10 to high single digits, you know, we posted 2 bogeys. We actually weren't too far off the pace. All things considered. But that was ugly. That was ugly. Hot dang. Alright, tie spinner upgrade. Daily quest. Shot off the green. Such a weird quest. It's just predicated on missing your approach shots. Alright, hopefully we can stray away from the trend here. We have gone 13 under, 10 under, 7 under. Hopefully we're not trending to a 4 under 4th round. Hopefully we can have a bounce back, get back into the double digits. Due appreciation to Copperhead. Yeah, when your distances are reined in and you throw in some wind and stuff. Yeah, Copperhead can play pretty nasty. VC and career mode, yeah, some of the career mode stuff, like some of the quests for career mode, give you some nice VC. Plus, you're always getting that extra 20 VC, which I know is small, but you think about like over the course of a whole season, every 10 rounds is another 200. Or every 10 tournaments is another 200 VC. So effectively, every 9 tournaments, so long as you're beating your rival, which you should, is going to give you an extra AP. It's not a lot, but it's a little, yeah, milestone ones. So I think maybe some are from the career, but yeah, some of the ones like, I think it's driving distance, putts made, you know, feet of putts made, and like some other ones like that have some pretty big payouts. There's even some pretty decent payouts for playing the ranked tours. I think it's like 5, 10, 25, 50, 100 rounds, something like that. Those pay out pretty well. Obviously, you have a pay-in, so there is a smaller margin on that. But yeah, there's some bigger pay-in ones for sure. Give it 1,000 VC, give or take, for some of the tiers. So that's why I say play career mode. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, 10,000 feet putts made, which we just hit. That one takes a while if you're a crappy putter like me. The driving distance one, though, is pretty quick. That one I think you can get probably within like 10 hours or so. It's just because you're just cranking. Yeah, if you're playing rounds and hitting drives, as long as you're not playing like par 3 courses or some cheesy short course stuff, like you're taking drives and you're racking up distance. All right, we gotta take a quick break here. As always, I appreciate everybody hanging out and watching today. You're always the best, simply the best. I'm not gonna pierce your ears with any more singing than that. Yeah, if you're new and you're enjoying, follow and subscribe are your options. Twitch or YouTube. I'm not saying sub to the Twitch. That's, you know, if you want to spend money, that's on you. Not asking that. And then likes on the YouTube stream are a great way to help out. Hey, check them in the quests. Go to your pause menu, go to the quests. Milestones have some of the big ones. Unfortunately, you can't see future variants of some of the career mode ones, but you can see what you've currently got there. I think there are other big ones too on some of those milestone ones or the challenge ones. Those ones take a little bit with the shot types and everything, but there's some payouts at the end of those too. But yeah, that's the self promo for now. We also have a Discord, best place to keep up with when we go live, any changes to the stream schedule. But that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. We take a break here so nobody misses anything during the ads. Go stretch, go get some water, go get a snack. And we'll see you in a few. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right, let me see what we can find. So like this one pays out a little bit, right? Getting the 10 million followers in career mode, you get 750 for the whole of it. I think those ones. So the Great Green Rollout, this is huge, right? Feet of Putt Made, that's huge. You get 4,000 VC in total. You get a little bit of a refund on your OVR spend, not a ton, but you know, you get some back that you can put into your next stuff, which is always nice. I don't think these ones pay out anything for VC. XP, XP, XP. These are collector ones. 300 VC. Like, for some of the collections, you do get a little bit of VC. Not that they're anything that you're really, like, going after. They're just kind of passive. I don't know where the driver one is. The driver one paid out pretty heavily, too. Did I miss the driver one? They should make a companion app for the game. I don't know how many people would use it, and also probably the dev to use. I feel like it would be too big of a discrepancy. Dr. Smoke, thank you for the follow. These are the. You get a little bit of VC from doing those. But I could have sworn there was one for driving distance that was there at the beginning. That's putt distance made. Because I remember doing that one very early on into the game. I'm not seeing it here, but that one had huge payouts as well. Came across some of my shorts. Love the content figures. Time to follow. I appreciate that, Smoke. Glad you're enjoying. Trying our best. Yeah, all the this is where the magic is made. All the shorts and stuff. Anything that shorts is pretty well pulled from a live stream. There's a patch, Tim. There's a patch coming. So the patch came out on Xbox, but they have downtime for the servers tomorrow. And yeah, so there's downtime for the servers tomorrow, and Xbox got a patch. PC and PlayStation are missing it. So my assumption is that it went out too early on Xbox. This one has like 3,000 or 4,000 VC in it, but obviously you have to pay into the ranked tours. Time is that in UK? It's supposed to come out, I think the downtime is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, so noon to 2 p.m. UK. Yeah, I don't know, Tim. I'm wondering the same thing you are. I am wondering the same thing you are. Is it under? It can't be a progression thing, right? I still haven't equipped a consumable golf ball. Probably should do that just to get it done. But I also haven't done some of these ones. Yeah, I don't know where that driver one went. I could have sworn in the beginning there was like a driver one that paid out good VC, but I cannot find it for the life of me. All right, let's get into the next round. Let's get into the next round. Collecting 10 clubs is like 400 VC for each club type. Yeah, and I would say for those, do those like via the career. Like if you play the career, get the sponsors for their clubs, which obviously you have to play a ton to 99. But you play it out that way, and then That way you don't have, because otherwise you have to spend money for clubs, which kind of defeats the purpose of getting VC back. So yeah, you're gonna get a whole set of clubs from getting the gold clubs. In career mode, you're gonna get more clubs for... You're gonna get more clubs for, what's it called? For doing all the different sponsors and everything. So to me, that's the best way to run it up. It's probably gonna be too slow and be a long downhill putt again, but I don't know, I want to be down on the green for an eagle attempt. I do not have a society smoke. I've only been asked a handful of times, and honestly, there's so many other streams and stuff in the community that have them that, you know, there's only 10 society slots. For me, it's not worth the time and effort for scheduling and everything. I just don't feel like I would be bringing anything to the table necessarily by having my own society. That was so good. Just need more power. You got 5 to 7 clubs for you so far. I have not done 90 overall yet. I have a few of them at 85, and that's where I've left them. I'll have to go back through at 90 to get, you know, to get the clubs. I'm just kind of prioritizing my spend on getting to 85 for the skills first, and then I'll start leveling some more stuff up. Magician's gonna be the last one just because that's our legend career playthrough. So they're gonna be the last to get the treatment, but that's okay. Oh, that is online. No! Can't do that to me, man. That must have hit like the bottom of the pin and had enough ricochet to not roll down the pin and into the bottom of the cup. Oh, that's cruel and unusual punishment. That is cruel and unusual punishment is what that is. Now I follow up my next tee shot with a miss. What's going on, Vic? You've been playing on Apexes and C-mounts? Yeah, those are good ones, and those are probably, I would say, within the like content creator space, the biggest ones to play in. All right, we're gonna partial this 5, so we can try and run this 5 up and ricochet off the pin again. That's gonna be short. I can already feel it. It's not gonna have enough rollout up the hill. Okay. Okay. Make a putt. Make a putt, guy. Get in there. How we doing, Vic? Hope all is well. Hopefully you're not getting rejected like I am. I don't really know. This feels like one that you just kind of, you take the 7-iron. I left the face open. Gonna be short-sided, rough. I was hoping to hit that downslope and it be like a real soft thing. Now this is like... You gotta hop it through and then roll. Ah, this is gonna be bad. It's close. That was close. What's going on, Ryan? Adding speed for short putts has helped you. I try and add pace on him, but it's just I'm always just off. And then somehow the ones that I add and like the ones that I think I need to add power on, I end up freaking just missing on the high side. But yeah, I'm really bad at putting, Vic. I've always been bad at putting, and it's just about as bad or worse in this game. Play my career right now. We are playing the online. We're playing the weekly 2K ranked tours, the master one. We were playing some my career earlier though. Okay, 109. Maybe like a 106 shot. Then I want to go shorter. It's downhill lie, so it fly. We're getting a little risky with this, but I'm gonna. I'm leaving the face open. That was gonna take off though. The fact that I left it open and we're pin high. It's that right there. Add the pace. It's supposed to break a little bit at the hole, and it doesn't move, and it just lips out. Like I think I just have a bad case of always guessing incorrectly. You know? I think it's just I'm always guessing incorrectly. Which is not a good recipe. I probably could hit a little bit more club here. The long drive challenge in career is bug jungle? Okay. Ten shots, the most you can score on each shot is 150 points, but what, it probably wants you to score like 2,500 or something? There are a few of them that the numbers don't add up. Make any sense. 5-iron short. Draw it off of this. Run it up. Oh, I blocked it. That wasn't even close to a straight input. My goodness. You can technically do it if you hit the 150 and 200 each time. They're side by side. Okay, but I'm gonna still just counter that with, but how? I still just counter that with the but how. Because to me, like, how do you hit the two side by side in reality? Yeah, make it once at a, 10% make rate that you need to convert to 100%. Easy. Easy. Oh no, gosh darn. I'd been missing them so much to the open side that I like overcorrected the close there. Just add a 0, Vandy. Problem solved. This guy gets it. Oh, I underswung it. Overswung it. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I thought it'd be easy enough to just slam the pace on that and it didn't turn. That sucks. That sucks. Not a great experience. I was playing about 240. I'm not getting 24 yards. It's uphill. So we'll just play it like this, I guess. Well, at least we got our inputs there. Be good input, be good input, be good input. It is great input. That's hole in one, number 2. I have not tried the Nike input or the Nike input challenge, the Nike putt challenge. I haven't done Nike sponsor yet. That was a monstrous ace. Partial hybrid, roll that thing back 240 something yards. Can we just check that the quest is gonna pay out? Cause what, there's like a milestone, longest hole outs. Does that record at the end of the round? Or is it gonna tell me that I did not complete 150 yet? Do hole outs not count for aces? Because that's my second ace and I'm still missing those. It also was bugged when I had one out of the bunker. I don't care. We'll get it eventually, but that feels good, man. That feels good. I left the face open on that one. Womp womp. Made 2 hole ones before you got your first hole out. I guess I shouldn't be surprised at this point that it's bugged. So we have a master ace and a legend ace. This one being, of course, our master one. Not bugged? How is that not bugged? Hole 1 just doesn't count? No. It's bugged, Grimnar, and I will go back and show you why. Just hit a hole in one? I did, Mad Golfer. I don't know if anybody clipped it. We'll watch it after the round. But Grimnar, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong here. Hole outs count how often you make a shot from off the green that goes straight in the hole. For example, chipping in from the rough or sinking it from the fairway or tee. Tee being the key word there. That's a hole in one, my friend. That'd be a bug. I mean, I'm sure we will get a fairway hole out of 150 plus at some point. So like I said, it's not the end of the world. But would be nice to have it work. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we just start holing out eagles all over the shop in round 4? It's like 140, so you have one left. I have one from a bunker and one from the fairway. It was completely bugged, and so none of those counted. So the first hole out that we've had since was yesterday. Apparently we're just holing it out lately. No albatrosses so far. 0 albatross gang. You'll know when albatrosses happen, because albatrosses are when we do the infamous nipple laser. That's where the lasers emote comes from. All right, partial, hybrid. That didn't even go remotely to the right. What the heck? The lie looked like it was so far below our feet. Was it just the club looks weird and that's what it is? Oh, that is majorly disappointing. That is majorly disappointing. Yeah, what's going on, Stevie? Yeah, this is a solid track. It's got that nice little... It reminds me of the, like, classic... Yeah, it's like the classic 80s synthwave, like... There's a song by The Midnight that kind of gives me this vibe off of their first album, now that I'm thinking about it. But you can, like, see, like, a cutscene playing. You know what I mean? Like, you put this as a background song for like a movie sequence, right? Where they just like stitch together no audio sections of the song, like this summer love story type of deal. I love me some good synthwave tracks. 99 power is kind of huge for an albatross. Yes and no. I mean, I can see where your logic is at for that. It helps make things shorter for sure, but if you get a shorter par 5, you know, or a drivable 4 that you hole, probably shorter par 4 is gonna be the bigger thing. Or not shorter par 4, shorter par 5. Because those do exist from time to time, right? Alright, this is one that I cannot fade too much because I don't want to go in the trees. We're just gonna kind of go more or less right at it with a partial and just kind of loft it and take a touch off and try and sit it in the back corner here. But it's probably going to roll off the green. What's going on, Raul? How do you pull your player like that when you putt? What do you mean? I guess I'm not quite following. Want a little bit more power. And this is just gonna break so much, I feel like. That was kind of the right idea, to be honest. Different view. So if you scout cam and then pull your camera down, or if you click in on your sticks, there are different cameras. So like, if you click on the stick that you aim your shot with, you can cycle through some cameras for regular shots. You can do the same thing for putting. But you can also, when you scout cam, you can pull the camera down with your putter too if you want to. So you got a couple of different options for looking around at things. Vampires? No, not vampires. Something off of, something off of, like, Days of Thunder, maybe? No, something off of Endless Summer. I don't know if I'm thinking of Endless Summer or, like, Sunset. Maybe Daytona. I think Daytona is the one that's, there's no vocals. That one might be the one where it just kind of has... That one pushes a little bit more. It's got like a or not pushes, but like has a little bit more drive to it. I freaking love the Midnight. I don't know if that's noted by the way that I just talked about them. I love the Midnight. Raul, thank you for the sub. Hands down my favorite. Honestly, one of my favorite bands, just point blank, but definitely my favorite synthwave band. Oh, I left the face open. That's not going to be the worst thing. It's going to leave us a little short, which means we're going to have an uphill putt. It's not an uphill putt. It is breaking like crazy. And it's still broke more. Pushed and open everything that would lead you to that right-hand side, and it's still freaking broke on me. Hot dang. Days of the Dead, Lamatos or Zombie Hyperdrive? I haven't. I've heard some Dance with the Dead stuff. I haven't even heard of the other two. I guess the synthwave stuff that I like is more in the ballpark of like the Midnight, FM84, Gunship, Ollie Ride, like that sort of. Now I listen to the Midnight like substantially more than any of those other ones. But that's more where I am at with it. Running in the Night is a banger. Running in the night with you. Yeah, definitely the best. I think that's Ollie Ride. Definitely the best from them. Ooh, come on, get in there. What a putt. What a putt. Now, I love just about every song from the Midnight, but definitely classic one for me, Jason. I can always jam to Jason. It's kind of crazy though, because Nikki Flores, I think is her name. I tried to listen to some of her other stuff. I really only like her with the Midnight. I couldn't find songs from like other work that she's done that I have enjoyed the same way. Finish with the open. Finish with the open. Come on, can we go birdie here or get an eagle? I don't know what's left on the course, but can we get to 40? Can we get to 40, please? You like Days of Thunder better than Endless Summer? I mean, Days of Thunder, that's got some solid tracks on it. Days of Thunder is great. I love Gloria. Gloria is an all-time top one for me. Yeah, we move forward. Kick drums and red wine. Kick drums and red wine gets a little bit repetitive for me. Los Angeles. I don't know, man, though. Just looking at Endless Summer, Vampires, Comeback Kid, Jason, Sunset, Lonely City. I don't know. They're all so good, and I love that they have so many different sounds that they've tried, and like I like all of them in different ways. Don't want to curl this too much because of the trees. I ended up playing it too far out to the right because I was trying to not fade into the trees. Got it pin high though. But we've just gotta... When you gotta get it high enough. No! Why can't I putt? Why can't I putt? Really like Vampires Only Say, the rest of the album just doesn't do it for you as much? That's fair. That's fair. I personally really like it. But I'm also one that, honestly, I really enjoy. Did I push this hole twice for some reason? I really enjoy, like, the whole catalog. At least it's not in the coffin bunkers. That's what screwed us up last time. Get it together, Ben? I know. We're just not good. It's falling apart at the seams. That's a pretty good recovery shot. Is that better for you, Ben? Is that better for you? Le Matos, join us. All right. If you throw me a message in Discord or something, that's probably gonna be the best place for me to remember it. Or send me a DM or something. Okay, so we only get to 39. I can't putt. Like, just looking at these scores, I know we would be way close to the top if we could putt. It's the album, got it. That'll give me something to listen to tomorrow. If I have time at work. I say at work. While I'm working at my desk, where I am currently playing video games. But I'm a good employee. I don't play video games during work. Okay. Alright, so we're in 40th right now. Lindsay just absolutely killed it. But, like, let's take a gander for a second. Sub 20-foot proximity for the tournament. Fantastic. 82% medium, somehow 42% long. But like, this medium stings. I think we missed. Yeah, greens did hurt our scoring. We had a couple of too many times that we missed a green short-sided ourselves. But like, that medium putting is unacceptable. Of course, is that private? This is Innisbrook. This is Copperhead. You can either send me a DM or you can just like tag me in general. I used to have a music channel, but nobody ever uses it except for me, so I nixed it. So you can just tag me in general, that's fine. Oh, we're still getting better. We're still getting better. All right, should we run the daily master as well? I think so. Yoho River Golf Course. A Maddie from Canada special. All right, what are we looking at here? Firm. Greens are not crazy quick. Not crazy quick. But yeah, I used to have a music channel. I thought more people would maybe share. A little bit before the launch of this game, I took some time to like redo the Discord. I turned it into a community Discord so that there's some extra verification stuff from Discord's end, which I didn't know that I could do and would have done a long time ago had I known. So I got that all set up, and I went through and I deleted some channels because they just weren't getting used. This has to be playing. Yeah, this is gonna be 5-iron into this wind. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Striped it, watch it turn over. It's a great line. It's a little short, but 5-iron should release a little bit. I hate the putting in this game because I am bad at it. Quite literally in the mad 'cause bad categorization. I don't know if driving this is the best play. Because yes, you can partial a wedge. This is actually longer than I thought, but I was gonna say you can partial a wedge, but you can't spin it. We are on a downhill lie though, so I'm gonna take a little bit back off. That was a weird angle to take it from. I don't know how I feel about that. Could have kept it. I could have kept it where I had it. Hey, thank you, Private. Yeah, I took a little bit off because I was like, oh man, the downhill lie is gonna fly it. I think one thing I need to do is go into a course that's slopey and get on down slopes and like just go through all of my clubs with the Provision stuff on, or True Shot, or whatever it's called in this game. And test out how much extra distance you get. Just hit it close, Koof. That's what we've been trying to do. We hit a hole-in-one in round 4 of the ranked weekly master. That's pretty much our only guard. That's pretty much our only guard at this point. 154, it's uphill. Probably playing close to 164. I just play this choked 8 right at it. But like, this is where I try and live, and I've still managed to miss putts of similar distance to that. I'm just like that bad at putting, and I don't know if it's the greens aren't helping or if I just can't read. I don't know. Oh, that's online too. Nope. Come on. Come on. I thought we were gonna add another 8. I thought we were gonna go double ace on the night. When you hit 100 million followers in career mode, it stops counting upwards, even though you still get more. I was wondering if it was capped or not. I thought it would have been pretty dang funny if it just let you count eventually to a point where there was more than the population. But I guess it makes sense that they cap you. I don't know, there are plenty of other bugs and oversights, so I was, you know, what's one more? What's one more? But that actually went even more to the right. Okay, misread the slope. Misread the slope for sure. Man, I am on the low side of everything. Ever bought VC? No, I have not. Not in the sense of like just buying VC outright. I have the VC that I get from the Clubhouse Pass, because I bought the Legend Edition, but I haven't been, you know, in the microtransactions or anything. Look at the way that my thumb like recorrects that. Did I put myself too far? Did 67. Because spinner is kind of onto a downslope. This was a mistake. Actually, no, it's not a mistake. Overswung it. That's gonna be a little deep. There should be a little spin. Oh no, there's not, because it's such a short shot, even with loft and spin. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Oh, and we're gonna make a putt. Look at that. Look at that. Make it a putt. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk this guy could make a putt? I guess every once in a while, the blind squirrel finds his nut. Just every so often. But I feel like this week we've started to pepper the hole a lot more, which is a good indication that the learnings that I've gotten have been good learnings. In the sense that, like, how I want to read elevation and wind changes. I got that too far out to the right. I was trying to play this kick right to left. Gonna leave us an eagle putt though. Yeah, let's go, Lost Ass Man. New patch incoming. So Xbox already got it, but there is server maintenance scheduled for the morning tomorrow. And I think the Xbox, I think theirs went out early. Ah, dang. Didn't hold. I think theirs went out early. I don't think it was supposed to go out. I haven't heard if there, what was fixed from it from Xbox players. And there hasn't been anything official from 2K because I don't think it was supposed to be out yet. So we are still a bit in the dark there. I left the face open. That was gonna be so good. That was gonna be so good. How's that break that much? It literally me every putt, RJ. Literally me every putt, and then it doesn't, and I'm like, okay. Wah! Okay. Okay. Try to type fast enough to spare me from needing to explain it for the 20th time. It's okay. That's part of streaming. I don't mind it. You know, if I ever get to the point where I can't physically respond to every message in chat, then like that's a different story, and we can run more bot commands and different stuff like that. But at this side, you know, absolutely don't mind repeating myself for people. I do appreciate it though. The only thing see is after the round, the background to the clubhouse XP is different. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I think this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be nice little 8-iron. Right at it. Ah, thought the wind was gonna hold it up more. Should still be decent. Pretty bouncy though. That was pretty bouncy. Hot dang. No. Ah. I thought that was gonna be way better. Big uphill into the down. I'm still gonna add a little bit of power. Gonna climb up the hill, lose a bunch of speed, so it's gonna be slower in the latter half. We're gonna get outside. Not like get outside, touch grass, but get outside on our aim so that it can drift back to the left. Oh. There's the break behind the hole. Got it. Well, rip the birdie streak, because that one just ran away on us. I was really trying to get the 10 birdies in a row challenge that they want, because I know that we have the skill to do it naturally. I would prefer if we didn't have to do something cheesy to get 10 birdies in a row. Let's see here. Playing 120. It's probably playing about 121. Man, that firm is like firm. Use the cheese to get the 5 eagles in a row, but you got yeah, 3 in a row now. Yeah, so I cheese the 5 eagles in a row just because how else are you supposed to do that? Like I don't think that one on an official course to get like ace and albatross and all, like that's not happening. That one you like have to do like a 1 or 2 hole sequence, quit out and repeat 100%. This is firm, so I'm gonna I need to play more loft on this. Missed it open. Practice thing in career was 4 par. That actually, that does make sense actually. It didn't get, oh my word. That was supposed to double break and it just jumped out to the left at the start and there was right to left break at the end. And then reset the challenge to get the last 2. Okay, so that is a slightly less cheesy way to do it. I just went front tees on Riviera. No wind, super soft greens. Just put it into the par 5 every time. And then if you miss a putt, you just back out and do it again. Ta-da! Look, Mom, I'm good at the game. I pushed it. I mean, if you naturaled the 3, then it's like, oh wait, hold on a second, I can get the whole thing done right now. Okay. Making a putt. Love that. Leaderboards are broken as per usual. Alright, playing 134. Honestly, probably playing like 130. 127 is going to be a little bit hot. The wedge. Quad perfects on a line. Ah, it's drifting left. That's what I'm talking about. It's still... That's still carried pretty hot. Surprising. Yep, that was what I was afraid of. That I would gain too much confidence from the way that I read that last putt. And that one would end up being an overread. Nice. Good job. Good job, me. It's not supposed to be this hard. It probably is supposed to be this hard, but I suck. Main Screen Championship Chronicle, one of them is to play around in matchmaking. Any match, does it have to be on Sawgrass? That one's just anything. The only ones that are on a course, it specifies like directly beneath it. So that one's just a regular casual matchmaking. I played a Divot Derby at Top of the Rock. I'm gonna go a little bit more left just because the ball is going to release more to the right from it being a fade. I also just didn't want to miss the green to the right. Yeah, 250 VC. Once you have the, like, both parts of it done. I was right on my first read. Didn't trust it. Didn't trust it. Yeah, Mad Golfer, I think for all of those, it should say it like directly on an objective. If there's a course involved. I mean, I think it would be a bit of a bamboozle if it changed. Maybe 6, 7 iron. I'm gonna give it a little bit extra. I'm gonna give it a little bit extra. It's pretty squared. A little bit left. It's official courses only, Grimnar, so championship. If somebody has made like the die course or anything, that's not gonna count. Nice. Nice. Doing decently here. I mean, we still make our mistakes, but someone's got to yell at Maddie for not having a flat tee box. that's playing 213. I mean, it's playing just straight up 213, maybe 212, 210 at worst. 5-iron's gonna roll more than 6 yards. Iron? 12 yards? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And I'll aim to the left a little bit here. Quad perfects. 195. Just landed so short. How'd that end up so short? That I don't know. I mean, we're just right around the hole on these putts. We just can't get the job done. Just can't get the job done. What, 246? A little bit of wind. Okay, this is gonna be partial hybrid again. We've aced one hybrid partial today. And last round, can we do it again? Can we do it again? I pushed it. No chance. No chance with the push. Go into quick match and pick Sawgrass official. Would that work? Yep. You just have to play Sawgrass. It doesn't matter what game mode. Pins over there. That's quite breaky. I feel like I'm gonna have to go out here for it. It's still gonna miss low. Dang. I cannot quite get these like longer ones to go. I mean, that is and continues to be my weakness. Ball striking, we're pretty good. We obviously can still continue to get better with wind and lie reads so that we can get it closer. But man, do I struggle. Oh, this is where we played and had the hacks. We're on the 18th hole, and that's where the guy got us disconnected. That's beautiful. What's going on, polling points? There is. Xbox got it. I think Xbox got it early. Because there's server maintenance tomorrow morning. Yeah. Yeah, the patch command. There's server maintenance tomorrow morning, and I think the patch was supposed to go with it. But Xbox, I think, got it preemptively. Man, if we could putt, we could putt. We take ourselves from 12 to literally like 16. Like that. Obviously, still some improvements. Some of those approaches were well misjudged. We don't, because I think if everything went out the way that it was supposed to, for all the platforms, we would have gotten patch notes. But I haven't heard from the Xbox people. 100% greens in reg, 14.4 foot proximity, 55% one putt. If those stats don't speak volumes about how bad of a putter I am, I really don't know what does. What's going on, Ice Cream? This is the this isn't a society. This is the daily Master 2K rank tours. Apparently, it's not gonna let me see how many putts, but this is what, like 6 of 7 or something. Smaller squares for putting. I have them on the. I need to respec. I need to respec Grimnar. I've been pushing it off. I need to go and I need to upgrade my powerhouse to 85, and I need to respec. Maybe we'll go and do that, and we can mess around with the putting grids. What up, Stash? It is 8 a.m. Eastern. They said about 2 hours, so it's supposed to be from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. So it should be pretty early. I mean, obviously, if you're often on the East Coast, that might cut into your time a little bit. All right, but that'll still work for us. I mean, we've played decently well in these tournaments. It's just putting. The weekly one, we did miss a lot of greens. All right, so did this one clock as a hole-in-one? Because my first hole-in-one didn't count. Cool. I have 2 hole-in-ones and none of them have tracked. So is ace tracking just broken for people? You'll still be a bed stash? I will be working. I'll be working. I start my work day at 7. Which makes sense why the challenge is not... That makes sense why the challenge isn't working. Or not the challenge, the hole out milestone isn't tracking the aces towards it like it should, because the ace stat isn't tracking. 324 in Norway, turned in now. Sounds good, Baffled. Thank you again for hanging out. Have a good night. Well, at end of the month here, it's gonna get an hour further behind. Curse you, daylight savings. But appreciate you, and thank you again for being the first ever YouTube member. It's not tracking any of your stats, Grimnar. That sucks. That sucks. I mean, I don't trust the accuracy of this. I mean, I guess I must have to believe it to a certain extent, because the quests, I think, have been updating properly for like the eagles, pars, birdies. Only thing I don't know if those aces have counted as eagles, but not as aces. Every single one is just a dash. Oof. I mean, it's definitely not the end of the world, but it's still just like stings. If at the IRL golf course when your servers go down, you're in Australia. Jealous. Being at the IRL course. The weather started to get a little bit rainy and stuff again here, so it is what it is. Report, I don't think it's gonna do anything, Johnny. They're not gonna individually service those. I think all you can report is that hole-in-ones are not tracking. And hopefully a patch fixes that, you know? That's kind of where we're at with it. All right. We got to roll a quick break here. When we get back, maybe we'll go through, I don't know, are we going to respec now? Maybe we'll respec on Monday. We'll respec on Monday when we got time. When we get back, we will go into some ranked duos. So if any, or ranked solo, ranked duos, if anybody wants to hop in and play, let me know. I'll do a first come, first serve, but I'll see you in 3 minutes. We got to roll a quick break here, so stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, get a snack, do what you got to do. Here be.
It's raining!
Ads. All right. Well, if we don't have anybody for ranked duos, then we'll play some ranked solos here. I think Monday, when we come back around to start next week, that's when I'll mess with it. We could probably start off the stream by getting our powerhouse to 85, and then we can spec things out. And maybe if I have some time, I'll give it a look over the weekend. I don't know though. My wife's birthday is this weekend. I've got family in town, so ads never came. So Stash, it all depends. It all depends on what Twitch serves up. So it's like based on the like personalized content plus region, it will serve up to 3 minutes of ads. So sometimes you get lucky. I've had times where it goes to serve ads and I get nothing, or I get like 15 seconds. It's playing about 158. Hoping that I got that dialed right. Feel like I should have. I'd say that's correct. Largely. I'd say that's largely correct. And we've been, I'm telling you what, I do think that we've gotten this week our approach game down pat a little bit more. This is gonna play what, 17, 20, 21 short maybe, so aim at like 89. Okay, that one was a little bit off still. Not terrible. I think the wind being 73 feet downhill plays a lot more. Yeah, so sometimes people from like other countries, they're just different stuff. Like you just don't get a lot of ads. Some people will get the full 3 minutes. And other times oh, there you go, guy. Yeah, sometimes you won't get anything, and sometimes you'll get the full slate. Really just depends. But I take the break for the full. Nice putt. I take the break for the full 3 minutes just to make sure that nobody's missing anything. Because honestly, like the thing that I hate the most, like I understand that people have to run ads. I think that disabling the pre-rolls is definitely a better way to go in the grand scheme of things. 83. Punch the... I punch the 7 through a little bit. I thought that was gonna roll off the green. I understand that you gotta run the ads because I think disabling the pre-rolls is healthier for the channel, because that way if you have new people coming in, like why, I know on YouTube you probably give people a chance if there's an ad before a video, because that's just normal on YouTube. That's how it's always set up. But on Twitch with live streams, like you don't want somebody that's never seen your channel before to get hit with ads, because what's their incentive to sit through it? I don't know you. I don't know you nothing. I don't know if I like this. Like, might just be wasting their time watching ads. Might just waste time watching their ads, watching ads before they come in and they don't even know what they're getting into. This might be long. This is, no, hold on. I'm working numbers backwards here. It's playing 184, 191. I'm gonna play just a little bit of a cut here. When I say a little bit of a cut, I mean a decent amount of a cut. Pushed it, but yardage should be decent. It's not really the side you want to miss on. But I hate as a viewing experience being in the middle of a conversation with the streamer, or the streamer being in the middle of saying something, and then it going mute and the ad popping up, and then even at 15 seconds worth of ad at the wrong time, that can be just super painful. So I've made it a point to, we're gonna run the ads because I think it's better, and like most people don't sit down and just watch the stream for a long time, so it makes sense to have them. Finally missed one. But yeah, I want to take a break so that nobody misses anything. As a viewer, sure, if I watch a pre-roll of somebody that I know, it's not a big deal because it's like, I know what I'm getting into. Enter the stream, it's not a big deal. But for the most part, it's the new viewer experience to be concerned about, and I think it's fine. Like, the fall off is not that bad. You take a little break, everybody just kind of stretches, gets a drink, goes to the bathroom, whatever. You don't feel like you're gonna miss anything because you're not. Just come back to it. Some people leave, but people leave when you take a break regardless of the ads, so I feel like at least when people know it's coming, it's not a big deal. Some streamers, it'll happen a lot. Ask them something, start answering 3 minutes of ads. Yeah. And the worst part is, a lot of times you don't know when they're gonna start. Oh, nice putt. A lot of times you just don't know when they're gonna start. Yeah, so maybe you would avoid asking asking your question if you knew it was about to happen, but a lot of times it's just you don't know where in the cycle they are. Yeah, most just turn it on. Right? They say, I want to run X number per hour. Yeah, I want to run the 3 minutes an hour. And then it's just set on auto in some capacity. Playing like 105. I'll play like 110. I mean, at the end of the day, we just have to be dry. I mean, I hit it under. I was trying to hit it long with a little bit of backspin. So yeah, I try and be very intentional with it. Some people don't mind it as much. I think it depends too. Like if you're a larger channel, you can probably get away with it being more invasive, because I think people just will generally make the assumption that, yes, large channel, lots of people watching, you already kind of gain the like trustworthy status to a certain extent, right? Lots of people watch already, therefore the content must be good. Yeah, some have a timer on the screen, which I could do, but I feel like the timer on the screen is probably better in content that doesn't have as much pacing. As we have with golf, right? Like with golf, we have the ability to just like really control the pace of things, unless we're playing, you know, with somebody else, right? And then you're trying to maybe manage that a little bit more. Right, and that I don't mean just like with somebody, you know, I mean just like matchmaking like this. Like if I time it at the wrong time, we've had a few times that we bleed into the ad break because the match runs a little bit long. So people can remind the streamer. A lot of people have bad taste in streamers. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, you know, is it bad taste in streamers, or is it, I mean, I look at it more of there's, community is reflective of the streamer. At a certain point. I think at a certain size, you can't necessarily say that anymore, just because someone can grow, oh my word. Someone can grow so large, you know, that becomes out of their reach. But I think if you're good enough, I think you can have that community be very, very good, even at a large scale. Larger streamers to be good, yeah. I mean, you got to look at the people that they attract. I think that's part of it. You know, a lot of times I feel like you'll see a pretty big correlation between the way the chat behaves and handles themselves and the streamer. You know, you're watching for entertainment and you're interacting with them, so you're going to go to people who you vibe with to some degree, and that's going to be completely across the spectrum, right? The money shot. Four Pines North. Yeah, I only watch a handful of big streamers. Not super often. But that's because I like the ones that I watch, it is more just for pure entertainment because you're not really talking to them. I feel like at this size, and even too, I mean, you can get to a couple hundred viewers depending on how the community is built, essentially. You know, and still have good comms, so to speak, with your community. Yeah, what up, Pat? 1K or 10K plus? Kind of in the middle of there, yeah. Probably in the like 5 to 10K. Speaking of entertainment streamer, I'm definitely not entertainment streamer. At least in the sense that I think of entertainment. Obviously, if you're here, you find some sort of entertainment, but I have a particular set of humor. Wow, that really bounced. Hot dang. Yo, what up, Cook? You missed a hole-in-one. Met the guy you just use the emotes for? Yeah. I'm a knowledge and skill streamer with a hint of personality and communication skills. Just here for the putting show, Demise? I see what you did there. I don't like it. You'll see it on shorts. Yeah, it'll make it there eventually. It'll probably get bumped ahead of some of the shorts that I have in the queue. So maybe over the weekend it'll come out. That is if I have time to edit it out. It might get bumped to like early next week. I'll have to see. Maybe... I get it on. Actually, you know what? I could probably do it over lunch tomorrow, which means that I can... Yeah, because I gotta wait for the VOD to finish, like, rendering, so... I'll probably be able to do that and get a Twitter edit. Try and see if, get that 2K. Get that 2K retweet. Probably not, but you gotta try. Jinxie is an entertainment streamer? I've never heard of him. Rooting for anyone in March Madness. This is my team. Penn State, I got my... Jason J, thank you for the follow. I got my Penn State Rose Bowl shirt. That's my team. They suck at basketball, though. They suck at basketball, so here we are. I watch them if they're in the tournament, but they're normally not in the tournament. $30K viewers for... Man, Rainbow Six Siege. I just heard Rainbow Six Siege for the first time in ages. Like yesterday or the day before. I guess there's... I don't know if there's like a new Rainbow Six Siege. Or if it's just like the name of like a newer... I don't know if it's DLC, expansion season, what it's called. I played Siege once on stream, probably like 7 years ago or something. It was so long ago. I might actually be able to dig up the info on that. Oh, we piped it. He likes it. Spot on hybrid. Rainbow Six Siege X. Got it. Is that the everything Siege? That's a stupid joke. Somebody's like, you idiot. That's what you're here for, right? Viewers can relate to me, playing IRL or gaming. Regretfully, you're terrible at both. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Mike Tyson, no, the thing is with me for streaming, like, I'm just, for better or for worse, you know, it has always just been, like, genuinely me. I don't have... You know, there's a time and place for the gimmicks and the personality and stuff, and, like, if you can pull that off, then, like, all the power to you. I don't have that in me. Like, I just can't. So... You know, it's kind of you get what you get. And try and be decent at golf. Try and be very conversational. It's kind of one thing that I've always prided myself on is I feel like I've been able to almost never stop talking for hours on end. Like, it's either talk to the chat or narrate my gameplay. Obviously, I prefer just talking to chat because narrating your gameplay, just as like a general tip, if you are starting to stream for the first time, don't shut up. First off, don't advertise in other people's streams that you're going live and that you stream. But that's a whole separate thing. Narrate your gameplay. the last thing, like, as a viewer, you turn on a stream and it's dead air. It's just a person staring at the camera or their game, or maybe they don't even have a cam. That's fine. Talk. Talk. You don't have to say a lot. It doesn't have to be like every single... Yeah, it doesn't have to be every single second is not silence, but like you gotta give people something to work with, unless your gameplay is just that immaculate and you're speed running or challenge running or something, and that's why they came in. Yo, what's going on, Classy? Ready for qualifying soon? I'm ready whenever they put it out. Yeah, I want to know what the settings are going to be so I can start playing them a little bit more, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the TGC sweat. What's going on, John? Isn't golf a sport for old men to watch? I mean, generally, but it's getting more popular with the younger crowd. That being said, the golf demographic, you know, the demographic info I get from Twitch and YouTube definitely leans older. Yeah, he made a post, but we're still waiting. Also, what's going on, Lucas? I see you sneaking in with the 43 stream streak. I'm still sitting on, Lucas, that you missed 3 streams in a row. I mean, sure, the power outages were part of it, but yeah, score testing, settings, and then qualifying. But there are other bugs that are still at play. They need to patch that the continuing directly into the next round doesn't forward the same conditions and tees, because if that bug is in, they can't start. Yeah, they're just test tourneys. They're running different conditions, for different difficulty settings and conditions on the different tours to get a good feel. That is a nasty little pin, aren't you? I don't know why I'm talking to it like that, but... I'm not going straight at it. I'm just kind of trying to get up here and like ride the ridge a little bit. Try and get below the hole. Yeah, Pat, I'm hoping that it's something big. Artificially deflating your numbers. You can't make it too easy on you. No, that's pretty crap. I already don't really love the streak system, mostly because I feel like it creates a toxic relationship with streams. I feel like it creates a toxic relationship with the streams in the sense that, like, it's like a snap streak, right? Like, if at some point you just start to do it just to do it, like, at some point people might just show up to the stream to keep the streak going and then bail, which, like, that's fine. You know, but in the same way that I don't want someone to feel shame about missing a stream in a row, like, if your stream streak lapses, I do not care. The fact that you came back beyond that, that's the part that matters to me. But there's like a weird toxic thing that comes with that, and also with like when people subs lapse. If you can't sub to me anymore, like, first off, I never expected you to sub to me in the first place. You know, so the fact that you did, like, was awesome for the time that you did. But if you can't, like, so be it. I'll live. This isn't my full-time job. You know, I will be okay without the financial support. You know, is it awesome to have the extra income? Absolutely not. But, you know, people stop talking in streams or stop coming back to streams because they're not subbed anymore, and there's like this weird cloud of shame that comes with it. Or at least that's how people feel. Doesn't add anything. Yeah, Jungle, it loses on the drives. I don't know about on irons and stuff, but yeah, it is definitely a loss. pretty good with the bounce. Oh yeah. No, Grimnar, we were talking about if you mishit your rhythm with the plus power on a driver, you actually lose power. It's lying to you. I was trying to test out if you hit perfects on everything else and hit like a plus 7%, if you could like theoretically hit a 108 with a really quick downswing and hit like a 115 drive. You cannot. You cannot do that. As Pat says, it's too problematic for it because say somebody has the time and there's easy conditions early in a tournament, otherwise you force it to be like the same conditions all the time so that people can't glitch their way through it. If there's easy conditions on round one, yeah, with easy pin positions, who's to say that people aren't going to just play all their rounds in one go so that they don't have an issue? You know, have an easy time and get ahead. Like, I'm the most knowledgeable 2K25 streamer. I appreciate that. I don't know if that's accurate, but I appreciate that you think that. I don't have power drive, but I have the ability to barely overpower my swings, so we're gonna do that. All the numbers seem to be like minus 10% power for rhythm. Ball goes 50% of normal distance. How is that accurate? It must be some way that the power and stuff is calculated. It must not be just like, this is 100% minus 10%. There must be something else that goes into it, or there's like I think there's a difficulty multiplier, honestly, that goes into it, Grimnar. Because think about like the same 2-degree miss on an open contact is more punishing on Legend, right? So I think those are just kind of baseline things. And also you have the sweet spot, a slight forgiveness area, and then the really bad forgiveness area. And so I think when you put all of those things together, like the numbers don't actually add up. I think they're more for just like a visual representation, but if you actually try and break it down, it's the same way that when you partial a swing, it's not truly like, this is a 39-foot putt. 69% power is required to hit it 39 feet, but it is 133 foot. If you put this on a flat surface, this ball is going to roll about 133, 134 feet. It's 31% for the last 100 feet. So some of it is like the way that the forgiveness and stuff is built into it as well. Probably upsetting my opponent here, taking all that time to miss the putt that much. %5 pull goes 40 yards, right? Right. So like I think it's just like a difficulty thing. I think there's like the true value of stuff, and then there must be like a difficulty multiplier that kind of goes behind the scenes. Numbers you see to be accurate. I do too, but I also kind of understand it because I can see if you missed it by a small margin and like it would just be like, that's 50% power, or that's you know, tiny miss, and instead of it saying 2 degrees it said like 10. You know what I mean? I think there's some of that sort of stuff going on, like the way that the difficulty multipliers kind of play in, I think would be a little bit jarring and make people more upset than it would that it would make things better. There's a new patch coming, Joe. It came out on Xbox. There's server downtime tomorrow morning, and I think that the Xbox One fired early. So they probably set the time wrong for that update to go out. Alright, so we've got 5 of the 10 daily quests done. Monday, Tuesday, we'll have to get the daily quest done for the week, so we'll have plenty of time for that. 10 birdies in a row. That's tough. We're gonna have to play some Top Golf rounds. I really don't care enough to put the 2K hat on. We have plenty of contact ones. Honestly, it's like we don't get enough swing path. I feel like they hand out contact for everything. Swing path is like far and few between. Because these are literally all 5 of these have the exact same payout, which I think those should be more shuffled. I've been playing Sculptor, Classy. I've been playing Sculptor. I need to build a Technician out and like see if I prefer one over the other, but I feel like I hit my Sculptor points enough, so a little bit of power is nice, but I don't know if the trade-off that I'm giving is too much. Only cost 75 each. I have 12K, but I still need to level stuff up. I still have... I gotta get these to 90. I mean, Magician's gonna take a while, so I'm not worried about that one. But I gotta get the clubs for these guys. So I'm gonna have to spend... I mean, this guy's like 4K to get to 85. It's probably something similar to get to 90 on these. So I'll fleece my stuff to get that done. Magician as your main, started leveling up with Sculptor. I feel like they're similar-ish. I feel like I haven't worked out the like full numbers on the builds, but I feel like you can get them pretty dang similar. I like it. I like that they have a little bit more power than the Technician, but the Technician just like, you can get really beefy zones, which is really nice. So it's like, you started on Greenskeeper. Don't know what your main's gonna be. I don't know if it was you. I think it was somebody else. Somebody else ran a spreadsheet in the TGC Discord. And that was kind of what I was looking at when I was trying to pick, because let me pull it up. Let me pull up what I looked at. Open in browser. So this is what I was looking at, and basically they marked it by like who had the highest, like where they fell relative to the other ones, and I felt like Sculptor had a good amount that were like at the 2nd to 3rd. Magician was kind of bouncing that way too. I just didn't like how low the putting went. But that was before I recognized like how the putting stats really mattered. So like Magician could theoretically, I guess this starts at 70 contact, 64 contact. Yeah, this is just a little bit better for the power to contact balance, because this is an 8-point difference versus a 6. So Sculptor, I think Sculptor gets a little bit better power to contact, but swing path is definitely better for Magician if you can play with worse correction, which I like the 70 correction. I could probably get away with less than that though. Okay, yeah, I think I may have seen yours, Classy. I didn't need more information than this, but if I wanted to dive deeper, I definitely could have. I just use this as like a quick reference of like Technician is so strong, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in like these core ones, and that's like the thing to it. It's, you know, its nerf is the power, right? You could only get that to 77 as a max, but like as I say that out loud, like I'm gonna put my Sculptor to like 79, but I guess that would be 77, but that would be without putting any more into contact, which you want. So you're gonna be pretty low on power on the Technician, and that's like my big knock against it, but I don't know how that's gonna factor in the grand scheme of things. I can't overpower. I think if you can overpower your driver and you have the higher correction, then that kind of helps you out a bit. But yeah, the power on the technician was like the big reason for me not going with it. Oh, you've only shared yours with Kevin, okay. And then maybe I just read you make some sort of comment about it. Doing a 99 power build? Well, the thing is with the 99 power build, Grimnar, like, so on our sculptor, you know, it's more a matter of like your other clubs, because you're gonna have the trade-off, right? If you go powerhouse to 99, your trade-off is gonna be your contact, right? That's the contact is gonna be the big one. But theoretically, like, I hit the ball pretty far with 81, and I think it would be fine with 79, because let me take myself away here. 289, 258, 237, 217. I mean, I take off a little bit of power from that. I'm going to knock it down to 79. I'm probably going to lose like a yard, maybe 2 on some of these, but then you run 5 power fittings on your driver. You still have 77 contact, 73 swing path. It's not the greatest, but you have max distance. Play maybe, yeah, maybe my 3-wood I take a little bit further with power into the 260s. And then play it in like swing path to kind of balance that out. But then all my irons and wedges, I can just run 2 contact, 3 swing path and get them in, you know, get them to 85. Stoxy Boy, thank you for the follow. 99 power is 297 with the driver, 80 power is 288. Not worth it? You're saying it's not worth it to go 99 power? 99 power. 290, that's what you target? I don't know. Like, that's the hard question here. That's the hard question, is like, is this enough? Yeah, what do you need on your iron? Because I like the higher power across the board, because I like having more spin, which means more control into approach shots. But yeah, on the whole, like, I don't know how much are this couple of yard differences gonna matter. 17 stat points for 7 yards, not a good trade-off. Okay, but 17 stat points. I guess the question is, like, what does 92 contact versus 75 contact look like? Right, because you're trading probably a couple pixels for a couple yards, right? And at that point, it's like, how consistent are you? Much rather put it into shaping for a driver, but you understand that you only get 25 points per, or you're saying like on your fittings? Well, that's where sculptor. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's saving your fittings and putting the recovery and stuff. I look at recovery as, if I can have enough forgiveness and skill to not be in the crap, then I don't need recovery. But I need to play with shaping a little bit more at the max and see how that plays, and then play with it at a lower and see if I can put more points into recovery. Guy, welcome back for 55 months. I think you might be looking at the wrong, like a different video player as you say that, but thank you very much. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. Welcome back. Titan, what's going on? Shaping that important? How often is everyone using True Shot? Well, it's not so much, I mean, if you're saying True Shot is in like having the assists on, I mean, I'm not playing with the assists on unless I'm on like ranked matchmaking. But shaping is very nice for being able to move the ball both ways. Let me try and demo it real quick. So this is 98 shaping. I'll turn, actually. Let's go to our practice facility. Is it? I thought for some reason I thought True Shot was the difficulty setting. So let's compare some characters here. So that was Pro Vision. Okay. Roger that. Roger that. I just want the trajectory on. So like at max distance here, right? I guess it's probably a good thing to have the angled swing on just so we can see how that stuff goes. Okay. So in a normal world, right, we've got our draw bias. I can take this with 99 shaping and I can swing as far as this much fade with the same swing before it flips. And then the rest of my fade would be just reverse input here and not move any further. The shaping is really nice for also getting out of crap lies. You know, I can sometimes flip the lie and hit opposite input of what I should be because I have a ton of shaping. I mean, obviously, as you go through the bag, same thing. Like, you can get out to the outside of the ball before it flips. So it just gives me, if I want to work the ball the other way around trees, if I want to take a few yards off or run it into the wind more, whatever, like I can do that. But if we go, and let's try and look at something with a lot less shaping. Missing intentional misses to combat side winds. Pretty effective, you can hit the marks. Ah, man, that's crazy, but I feel like you used to do that sort of thing. You used to intentionally hit fasts and slows in 23 and stuff, right? To shape the ball. You get more curve. Well, if you watch that shot, that's the shot tracer that it would have. So yeah, you get more curve. 420. Yeah. But I remember you talking about it. Which one? We were just looking at it. Which one has the weakest? Who's the weakest shaper? Magician? So this is 55. So we were looking at what? Outside of the ball for maximum that we can work the ball the other way. I think it gives a lot of flexibility in escaping things too. So we can... Is that bugged? I feel it. Okay, no, it's not. But like, look at the difference in shot shape. That's considered a normal shot still. So when I put that much side movement on it with 55, I don't even get out of a draw. So if you're ever in a situation, let's take it down to the 4-iron, I can get a baby fade. I can get the babiest of fade. The curve is way, way less, right? Even on the max, I can't even get out to where I was before it flipped. So for me, it's a couple things, right? Because not only does it move the distance, but look at how when I draw it, I start to lose distance. I can shorten my shot a little bit using shaping. I can I can curve the ball the other way. And if I'm on, say I'm on a lie that's like way above my feet or way below my feet, I can get that thing back down to where I normally swing from and not give myself like diagonal or flipped lies that I have to try and hit. And now I can shape my way into success, basically. So that's why I like it. Like that's the big selling point for me, is just being able to always be able to move my shot back to the same spot without really any penalty, or very minimal if it's like a really bad lie. And then being able to work a fade as a draw player is like a really nice thing to have. Because I can always shape my shot to be dead straight or fade it if I want to. Rough going. I have to put Green Reader on still. I got it unlocked. I haven't put it on yet because we're gonna do a respec on Monday, Classy. We're gonna do the respec Monday because I need to work out where I want my skill points, and I'm having a hard time here with figuring out how I want to play the shaping. Like, do I need to go to 99? Because it probably wouldn't be bad to have recovery up about 70, just in case if the trade-off of shaping isn't that much. But like, man, do I love shaping. 96 overall Magician, haven't had too hard of a time with the shaping your player provides. So what did you put it up to, Titan? Because at 55, it's really bad. I don't know at what point. I think it's fairly early. I think if you get it up in the 70s or 80s, 0 into recovery, just don't mess up. I mean, that's kind of the way that I live. I put a lot of trust in my ability to hit shots and read shots. You know, can be to my detriment for sure. But like, I'm a 75 so too. We're getting better. Rough tendency, buckered tendency are honestly pretty low. So I don't know. I feel like you have to have a bunch of and like I'm playing on it on simulation settings, so like I can't even see the exact range. So unless it's like such a tight lie and you know what the tight lies are, it doesn't really help me that much. 84 shaping, 83, 87 recovery for irons and wedges with fittings. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, so I still need some tweaking. It's 500 VC. It's not the worst thing. So we'll do one big tweak, and then we'll probably play it from there. But that's gonna be the challenge for Monday. That is gonna be the challenge for Monday, is figuring out exactly how we want to build that out. I'm probably gonna have it pretty close to this build, to be honest, and the skill tree is what's gonna get moved around more, because the skill tree I am missing out. We need to put power drive in just to have it. I don't know if it's gonna stay, but I don't think I care enough for knockdown, and I need to get Green Reader stats on there. And I think we're gonna take choked approach out, or no, we're gonna take driver off the deck out. I haven't. For me personally, driver off the deck has not been worth it. Is that true? I don't know what the final consensus is. I do not know what the final consensus is on that, but we'll learn as everybody else learns. Way off the fairway more than you'd like to admit. Yeah, and like, it's just like it's a good stat for what it is, but it pains me to put points into recovery, because that's kind of like the way I look at it is shaping is always right. Shaping is good 100% of shots. Yeah. Looking at my missed tendencies and stuff, yeah, the recovery stat is only good about a quarter of the time. Right, like that's kind of how I look at it. So for me, it's an inefficient stat. It's very good when you are there, but if I'm adding to it, I basically claiming to need it at a higher thing. Bunkers and around the greens, right, Classy, but like, I'm 75% fur and 72% gur. That is on average a 26.5%. Like if we're just doing quick maths, right? 26.5% of the time you're using those shots. So like that's where for how much gain, right? You talk about point expenditure for your power. For me, I view recovery the same way. Is 17 points in recovery worth it? Where I can shape more and give myself a better chance from all places to get the ball in a safe place. Like that's how my brain treats it. Is it correct? Who knows? I'm not the best player in the game, but that's, I've kind of gone the route of I've gotten good enough that I will take the bet on myself. I will take the bet on myself to make the play, and if I miss it, I miss it. Exactly. I think that's always kind of been the case. Even in 23, I think there is definitely a big argument for like the way that I played. I didn't think is the build for everybody. Like I played more power and less forgiveness because I didn't miss as much. I didn't think that the forgiveness stats were as needed. Like I would, with the way plat and stuff is set up, like I would rather have more spin into holes, and that's kind of the same mindset that I have in this. Yes, Bruiser. So if you spend the 500 VC, that's all the VC that you have spent. All the attribute points that you have spent will go into that owned AP section. Don't find yourself needing. I think to me it's a wasted stat for the amount that I find. I mean, if you're in the rough all the time, it becomes a much more valuable stat. But as you increase your accuracy, I think respecking down the road to put more into shaping, I think, can be beneficial. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a little bit after. It's coming up on 11:30 on the East Coast here. I gotta get to bed. Thank you all so much for watching, hanging out. There's been great streams all week, as always. Love you guys. Titan gets it. Titan gets it. Follow, sub, like the streams. All great ways to help out. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We should have a full slate of streams next week. Same time, same place, 7:30 Eastern, Monday through Thursday. We'll have daily shorts, and we've got a new career mode video coming out tomorrow. So if you're interested in Legend True Sim career mode, go check it out. Episode 3, I think. Have a wonderful weekend. We're gonna go say hi to Zane. Have a great night. Goodbye.